Hello, amazing human, and welcome to Neurodivergent Bites, a podcast for neurodivergent entrepreneurs to understand systems, change the narrative about productivity, and embrace yourself for who you really freaking are. If your energy is being sucked, you're struggling to focus, or you know you need systems, but there's a disconnect for whatever reason, join your host, that's me, Carolee Galt, along with fellow amazing humans on how being a neurodivergent entrepreneur has impacted the way they do life and business. If you're looking for bite-sized action steps, you're in the right place. Hello, amazing humans. Welcome back to Neurodivergent Bites. I am your host, Carolee, and today we're going to talk about a personal experience here that some of you may be able to relate to of what not having systems actually did to my business. And this is actually the reason why I'm so passionate about every business, no matter how small or big it is, to have systems so that they can have more time doing the freaking things that they want to do, because when you have more time and energy, you're a happier person. And I'm sure that you didn't start a business that you can spend all of your time in it, right? I started out as actually a virtual assistant. The opportunity kind of just fell into my lap. Like, I was 100% virtual assistant, and I actually put together websites. It was a skill that took me 6 months to learn the ins and outs of a certain platform. Currently, it's Attractwell. If you want to grab it, you can grab my affiliate link below as well. But Attractwell, it is what I kind of call Attractwell is a simple yet robust all-in-one platform, essentially. Now, it doesn't have everything. It's not this glamorous funnel program. Like, there's things to it. But if you're just starting out, this is an amazing program, especially if you have like a membership, things like that. But I digress. If you want to check it out, you can check out more below. It's great options, great support, all the things, and all of that. But I started out putting together websites for these people and teaching them how to run the platform. Now, I didn't really actually consider myself tech savvy. I did it because I had to learn it for myself because I couldn't outsource it. And I was like, well, I need this thing. I need it to work. So I used all the help articles and trial and error and really figured it out. So when people tell me they're not tech savvy, I'm like, okay, you might not be tech savvy, but with the right time or the right direction and the right teaching, then you can, or training, right? You can actually become more tech savvy in the areas in which actually means something to you. If you have a goal, you're going to be able to go toward it much faster, right? And so what happened is I taught myself all of these things. Now, I've taught myself everything from the very beginning of my business. We are on year 4 in different capacities. I still bought courses, hired mentors, things like that. Like, I didn't 100% just go it alone on free stuff. Like, I invested in myself. And actually, the very first thing I invested in after realizing this is that I invested in Rachel Peterson's The Social Click. And so I learned an astronomical amount about this. But before I go into why I invested in The Social Click, I want to rewind and tell you what happened with my virtual assistant business and how not having systems actually made the bottom fall out of it and completely crumble. And I was burnt out. Okay. So what happened is I was a solo VA and I had all these clients. I was doing all the things, and then I realized I needed more people. There's no way I could do what I was doing, make the income I wanted to make, and like continue doing things the way it was. But what I didn't realize is that there was no systems in place to bring on a team member, and there was also no systems in place for that team member to know what in the world they were doing, because everything was still in my brain, which is why I preach you need to have things out of your brain or be able to quickly put something together for that person to be able to very easily be able to do that work, or, something like that. So I had no systems. And because of that, I couldn't bring on help. I didn't want to say no. So I was literally burning, what is it? The candle from both ends, is that how they say it? So I wasn't seeing my family. I was working like basically 24/7. And that was not the reason that I wanted to be an entrepreneur and work from home. It was actually quite the opposite. I became an entrepreneur because I wanted to be home and have a more flexible schedule to homeschool my kids. So if I'm working 24/7, I'm not homeschooling my kids any longer, am I? So the reason I became an entrepreneur and I started my own business was not correlating with what was actually happening. And so I was like, okay, I finished all of my projects I had with clients, and I just literally had zero income coming in. I was like, I am burnt out. I can't function. I cannot in good faith take on any more clients and actually deliver the results in which I know I am capable of. And so I joined Rachel Peterson's The Social Click. All right. And when I got in there, I thought I needed some marketing help because I was still trying to get new clients afterward and it wasn't happening. And I thought I needed this and I thought I needed that. And in reality, I mean, I needed some of those things. I needed to have a flexible schedule and I needed marketing support. But really, I needed the systems to actually put into place to be able to run anything. Like even if it was building websites, whatever, I didn't love it. It was just an opportunity that fell in my lap and then a referral system blew up and here we are, right? Which is great. And it was overwhelming. So having that, I couldn't create an agency from no systems, right? So I hired someone to also help me with that. And that worked, but I realized I didn't want an agency after that. I actually wanted to do more coaching and teaching, not done for you and manage a team. That was at that time, right? And then it all morphed into even more, but I want to stay on topic. So what I'm saying here is that no matter what size your business is, it could explode tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. I literally had one client and she raved about me and told her entire network. And I had 3 clients within the next 2 weeks. Okay, let me mind you, I had been doing this for less than a year. I've been doing virtual assisting for like a month, but I've been doing some sort of trying to get business knowledge and starting a business for like a year, if that. And then I literally had 4 clients in 2 weeks after starting virtual assistant services, from booking one client that I did a phenomenal job for, and then they referred me to their network and I booked 3 more clients and did a good job for them as well. But I burnt myself out. So you have a good service, you have good customer support, you have good systems to take it all in. You can have this be really, really good and have a referral system. I was not equipped for a referral system, period. There was no way I could take on the amount of clients that a referral system would have. I'm going to tell you something right now. This feels very strange to me, but I'm in this exact same position today, 3 years later. Okay, 2 years later, really. I have a client that is like, I will share you with my network, but I want to make sure you're ready. And that could literally blow up overnight. Do I have the things I have in place to like bring in more clients? 50-50. Do I have the systems? Yes. Are they streamlined? Yes. Am I using them? Yes. Do I know what I can delegate? Yes. But there are 2 vital things that are missing from these systems. And one of them is SOPs. I do not have my standard operating procedures, actually all of them, out of my brain. That would be vital. And you know what? Sometimes that's okay, because all of the standard operating procedures that I actually have, like documented right now, 90% of them need updated anyway, because actually SOPs need updated regularly. But I'm okay with the fact that I'm bringing on a virtual assistant now to help me with more. So that way, when those referrals do come in, like I am more prepared. So I don't have all the SOPs down, right? The only other thing that I don't totally have in place is that I don't have the capacity at this given moment to be able to bring on any more clients without a virtual assistant, which meant that I didn't move fast enough to bring in support to have them trained to know how things are going before I have all these other clients that are booking calls, right? So the whole point of this is that I'm telling you, no matter what size of business you have right now, that could change tomorrow. You have a good service, you are a good coach, whatever it is, you have a really good course, that could change tomorrow. But we're really talking about, it could be any businesses, but especially service providers and coaches, where it's literally your time that we're talking about here. Having those systems in place from the very first day, or as you start taking on clients, having those systems in place is going to be game changer for you. Many people are like, I don't want to spend the money putting in place systems because X. If you know exactly what you want to do with your business, you know who you want to support, you know how you want to do it, you need to start putting in place those systems. And if you're like, I'm still not there yet, then you start putting in place a task management system. That's how you are keeping track of the research that you're doing, the things that you're creating, the tasks that you need to do, because you need to have something in place that you could easily bring someone else on, where you have a foundation. Okay. Now, I teach about this, and I also come in to businesses and do a systems audit, essentially an operations audit of some sort. All right. So if you're like, I'm just starting out, I need businesses, we've got a few different resources you can find below. And if you are, a 6-7 figure business, and you're like, I need someone to come in and go like, where are all the gaps? Why do I still not have enough time? All of those things. Like, then there's also a service for you as well. And we have the operations assessment. We have like executive assistant, OBM type of services as well that are available to you as we start growing this and really moving into the fact that really stepping into what I am really good at and being able to still support a wide range of amazing humans. Okay. So this goes for anyone, whether you are neurodivergent or not. I work with both people because you guys are all super amazing. But if you're listening to this, more than likely, you are probably neurodivergent. And we can definitely put in place systems that are working, that can work for your brain. That is the absolute, like, that's what we're doing. Or we're streamlining the systems that you already have, or we're finding out where the gaps are, and we're, really, and we're connecting the gaps, right? Depending on what part of business you are in, there are resources for you along the way, right? There are free, there are paid, and then there are done for you type of things. Or if you want to chat more about working together or what would make the most sense for you, whether that be the Capacity Club, a VIP week, maybe even virtual assistant or OBM services, you can go ahead and send me a DM. And I feel like if we might be a good fit to work together, we can schedule a coffee chat or get to know each other a little bit more to see how we can best work together. Before I wrap up today's episode, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey to empower neurodivergent entrepreneurs. I hope that you've gained valuable insights and a fresh perspective on productivity and self-acceptance. No matter where you are in your entrepreneurial journey, I'm here to support you. These transformative conversations will equip you with bite-sized action steps that you can apply immediately. Let's redefine productivity on our own terms and create a business that aligns with who we truly are. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast to receive the latest episodes and join our amazing community of neurodivergent humans. Remember, being unique is our superpower, and together we can rewrite the rules of success.